All right, so that was the press briefing by the BJP. Let's move on. And these are the live visuals that we are getting for our viewers at this point in time. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Russia, in Kazan. Remember, he has gone to Russia to attend the BRICS Summit, a very, very crucial BRICS Summit there. And this marks Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second visit to Russia in the year 2024. Remember, earlier, he went to Moscow in July to attend the 22nd India-Russia Annual Summit. And now he has arrived in Kazan in Russia to attend the BRICS Summit. Now, this is going to be a two-day summit that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will attend. And he is expected to hold some bilateral meetings as well with his counterparts from BRICS member countries. Let's go across to my colleague Rishabh joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Rishabh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Russia. Tell us a little bit about the plans for the day.
Well, definitely, Prime Minister just landed in Kazan for the two-day visit where he'll be attending the 16th BRICS Summit. And on the sidelines of summit, there are important bilaterals. While the bilateral between Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Putin is confirmed, there are strong possibility that Indian Prime Minister would meet the Chinese president during this visit to Kazan, and that would be the first bilateral meeting since Galwan happened in July 2020. Since then, there have been brief conversations between these leaders on the sidelines of G20 in 2022 in Bali, but that was an informal.
Bishop, so you're confirming that that meeting is going to happen today itself? Has it been confirmed?
As of now, it has not been confirmed whether that meeting will take place today or not, but the sources suggest there is a strong possibility of the meeting and it can take place. And given the statement that came in from the Foreign Ministry yesterday that the patrolling issues have been reached to an agreement and both the parties, be it India or China, would be patrolling at their LOP, the line of patrol, that is a big move ahead, given that since 2018, there have been frictions in Eastern Ladakh sector, especially in Depsang and Damchok, and the patrollings were halted. The Chinese patrolling were halted by India, Indian patrolling were halted by China, and now an agreement has been reached. Now that would be very, very interesting to see if this leads to a bilateral summit, because also talking about the same, the Foreign Secretary did mention that as of now we have reached an agreement, we have arrived to an agreement on patrolling.
All eyes clearly are going to be on that photo op, the big picture, if at all there is going to be a meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Of course, there's no confirmation yet, but Rishabh is telling us that sources are indicating that there is a high possibility of this very, very important bilateral. Rishabh, requesting you to stay on with us. Let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary as well, joining us on the broadcast. Srinjoy, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's second visit to Russia in 1 year. Earlier, he was in Moscow in July for the India-Russia Annual Summit. What are we expecting from this one?
Well, this is a multilateral visit. And as you heard, the important point is whether there will be a bilateral between Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Modi. Now, that is something we have to wait and see. It's highly possible that it will happen. Because let's not forget, these two problems at Depsang and Demchok, now they may seem very small, but they have been persisting since before Galwan. These problems predate Galwan. So the fact that patrolling is going to resume is a positive thing. So at this point, what prevents a meeting between the two? There's no reason why there can't be a meeting, because the meeting could well lead to the next step, which is de-escalation, which means that while the Chinese forces have pulled out their tanks and guns and troops from across the line of control, from right on the line of actual control to further back. They should go back where they came from in 4 years ago, so in 2020. Now that is to be done. If that happens, India will also move back its troops. Now that is the next step, and the process of de-escalation could become easier if the two leaders meet. Besides that, there's definitely going to be a meeting with Vladimir Putin, the Russian president. And once again, the issues of Ukraine and the war will come up, because India is making it very clear.
Right.
India wants a ceasefire. India wants negotiations
Right.
between Russia and Ukraine and can help if necessary.
Clearly,
And
this particular summit has got a huge significance, and we'll be tracking the developments very, very closely for our viewers. For now, thank you, Srinjoy, as well as Rishabh, for joining us.